It's 2023, which makes New Horizons almost 3 years old. God, where has the time gone? But a 3-year-old game just means that a new one is in the works, especially now that Splatoon 3 has finally released. The Splatoon and Animal Crossing development teams share some people, especially Nogami, who is the head producer for both games, though the director, Aya Kyogoku, seems to have a lot of control of the series, and she doesn't have a role on the Splatoon team, which means that she's been free to hopefully work on the next installment in the Animal Crossing series. So that means we're probably close to a new Animal Crossing announcement, right? Before the super long gap between New Leaf and New Horizons, new Animal Crossing mainline games were released every 3 to 4 years, with an announcement that the game was in development about 2 years before release. So that means we should hear an in-development announcement soon. Yes? Please? Nintendo? The only issue, Animal Crossing mainline games have never released on the same console. Nintendo has always waited for the next generation of console to plop a new game on, with the exception of GameCube, which had both Plus and E+. So I guess not always, but mostly always. This most likely means that we won't see the next game until the Switch Pro, or Switch 2, or Super Switch Plus Deluxe 2.0 U. Nintendo is just great at naming consoles. The Switch is about to be 6 years old, which usually marks the end of the console's life cycle. But when the Switch originally released, Nintendo stated that they wanted it to have a longer lifespan, about 7 to 10 years according to this article in an interview with Kimishima. In a more recent interview, Nintendo stated that because the Switch can be both a traditional home console and portable, there are a ton of possible games that lengthen the life cycle. More variety of games means more people will continue to buy the Switch. But technology changes. It's clear that the Switch is out of date. It can't even handle some New Horizons islands because there's too many items lying around. When a console starts to have issues with first-party games, something needs to be improved. It's only a matter of time until the Switch will be completely obsolete. But the Switch as a concept is a phenomenal console. The idea is so successful that other companies are trying to make their own version. A home portable console is all I want in my life now, and I'm sure most people are in the same boat as me. If Nintendo's next console was only a home console, I'd be upset. I'm too used to taking my Switch with me on the road, which is why most of us assume that a Switch 2 is coming. Or we're hoping, anyway. We've always heard rumors about a Switch Pro, an upgraded version of the console that we've grown to love. It's hard to pinpoint exactly when these rumors started, but there have been loud whispers. Many fake, but many with a little bit of backbone. Though we haven't seen the Switch Pro, so maybe they never really had a backbone. We did, however, get the OLED, which is technically an update, but an update that no one really asked for. The OLED proves that Nintendo is ready and willing to produce an upgraded version of the Switch, rather than forcing a completely new console. So it's possible that something new could be coming, sooner rather than later. Does that mean we'll hear about a new Animal Crossing soon? Or will we have to wait for the next generation of technology? The Switch is unique from other consoles in the Nintendo world because of the number of sequels each game series is receiving. Splatoon got 2 games, we're getting Tears of the Kingdom in a couple of months, multiple Xenoblades, multiple Kirbys, multiple everything. Except Mario Odyssey 2, I don't know what happened to that, but it is gone. So why not multiple Animal Crossings? I guess the argument is that Animal Crossing isn't a game that ends. You can theoretically play it forever. Well, technically until 2060, since that's as far as New Horizons will let you play. Which means that we're getting a new Animal Crossing game in 2060. Let's go. Oh my god, I'm gonna be 7 years old and still playing Animal Crossing. Okay. Would people buy a new Animal Crossing for the Switch? They've already spent $60 on a game, why spend more money? Those $60 could be used to buy something you need, like a dozen eggs. Seriously, I'm about to buy a chicken. It feels like it would be less expensive than buying eggs from the store every week. I don't think we'll have to wait 7 years in between games. I have a good feeling that we'll see another Animal Crossing somewhat soon, on the Switch. Even if half the people purchase the next game, that's still 20 million copies in an incredibly successful game. However, I don't think a mainline game is going to be the next Animal Crossing game. I'm predicting a spin-off game happening in the meantime. Hopefully, not an amiibo festival, for the love of God, don't do that to us again. I have no idea what they could do for a spin-off. There are so many options, it's a life sim. Nintendo could take this in whatever direction they would want and pretty much make a successful spin-off. Well, I mean, I guess not anything. Especially when the bar is already set so low. Anything Animal Crossing skinned that's decent, keep having to add decent because Amiibo Festival was not decent, would make me happy. I'd even take a Dynasty Warriors game where we're just smashing down a bunch of reds or nooks or big bugs. I don't know. We're hearing something this year. I'm calling it. Something is happening. It has to. We can't keep this game alive forever on our own. I'm itching for a new adventure. Like Animal Crossing New Space. Just imagine having your own planet at your disposal. Instead of mystery islands, you have mystery planets. Kind of like No Man's Sky, but good at launch. I'm excited for the future of the series. As the second best-selling Switch game of all time, I think Nintendo's gonna throw a lot at the series and make Animal Crossing live up to its true potential. Hopefully, the developers have learned from the few mistakes that were made with New Horizons, and the next Animal Crossing on Switch is the best in the series so far. I'm calling it here. God, we're totally getting an Animal Crossing on Switch. We have to. Please, we have to. This is more me wishing for it to happen than like predicting, but I'm predicting it. It's new Animal Crossing on the Switch. It's yes, please.